where. اوكي، لو قلت the students لما اقول where plural. لو قلت علي اقول علي was singular. We have this exercise. Okay, what you are going to do here, write was or were in each space. We said that was were past, but was singular and were plural. يلا do the exercise. Exercise H1. Now tell me. A, my father was a teacher. B, he
Was.
head
He
of
was.
department.
Was.
He
Was.
was.
He was.
حمزة yes we will. بنخلص ده وخلاص. Okay. عمان. Okay. C, my parents.
Where?
Where.
Where?
Okay.
Where?
D, I often late for school.
I
I
was.
was.
I am. I am.
خل...
I am.
ويت ارجع لرأس السؤال. السؤال بيقول ايه؟ رايت ايه؟ ها؟
Was aware.
Was or
I
where.
was or ايه؟
Was.
was or where. اي كده. I am if we talk in the present, but we talk in the past. Say I was.
Where?
My brothers.
Where?
Where?
Where.
Where?
Plural. They
Where?
Where?
Where.
they weren't good at math. Okay. عشان حمزة for prayer, we'll take a break. No problem. Okay, 10 minutes and we'll come back. Okay? Do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See you in 10 minutes, inshallah. يا شيخك بدون ما ينسمع شيء. اوكي، بانها كانت انفصلت عننا شويه ورجعت على ما قلنا ان في بريك. اوكي. شو كنت تسالي على الهوم وورك؟ انا حليت ما شيكت على اسمك، بشيك بعد المحاضره. حليت الفورم ولا لا؟ اسمعوني.
ايه نسمعك دكتور.
اوكي. خلينا have a look at this. okay. Look at this. Look at B. He was. Okay. Now, all these sentences you did now, we have was or were, right? Was or were. He was. My parents were. If you want to ask a question, what should we do? Okay, just put was or were at the beginning of a sentence. Look at this one. My father was a teacher. If I want to ask a question, look at number 2. Okay, so you put was in the beginning. So it will be, was your father a teacher? Okay. Also here, he was head of department. If I want to ask a question, so the question will be,
Was he hit?
was he
Was
head of
he?
yes. Okay. So here, if I go back to this, usually, as we said before, we start the sentence with a subject. Okay, we start like he was, subject to verb. He was, subject to verb. If I say they were, subject to verb. If I want to make it a question, just put was here like this. Was he? They were. If I want to make a question, so just put were here. It will be were they. Okay. So بيسموها inversion، يعني نقلب نعكس، بدل ما هي subject verb تصير verb subject. Okay. So if we go back to this, he was head of department. If I want to make a question, say was he head of department in a secondary school? وبعدين question mark. My parents were at the same school as the children. If I want to make a question,
Where
Where?
my
where
parents.
your parents.
Your parents.
فكروا شوية في دي كده. I was often late for school.
Was I am.
Where? Were you?
Was you?
Yeah. Look
Was
at
Were
this.
you?
Was I.
استنوا بس عليا. Wait. Okay. I was. Okay, and so if I want to make a question, okay, في طريقة سهلة. You can put was in the beginning, so say was I. Okay. بس غالبا لما انت بتقول I was، غالبا اللي كان بيسألك كان بيقول لك you، صح؟ فهنا في الحالة دي مش هينفع استخدم was مع you. you المفروض يجي معاها ايه؟ معاها were، صح ولا لا؟
صح.
اوكي. I يجي معاها was in the past. لو حولت I الى you يبقى في الحالة دي لازم was تتحول الى ايه؟ الى were. ده يعني يصير السؤال ايه؟
Were you.
Were you?
were you. اوكي، لازم يبقى في عندنا مرونة شوية. صح. لأن was were they are nearly the same, but was singular, were for plural. So if you change I to you, so you change was to were. Here, my brothers were good at sports. If I want to ask a question,
Were your
Were
brother?
your brothers?
were your brothers? Yes. And the last one, they weren't good at math.
Were they?
Yes. So this
Where
is,
did they?
yeah, weren't they, were they? Okay. So as you can see, if there is was or were and you want to ask a question, okay, you just put was or were at the beginning of a sentence to make a question. Here I want you to pay attention. Okay, ركزوا شوية في اللي أنا هقوله. Okay. يعني اشرحه الحين مرتبط بالنطق. How to say the language. في طلبة كتير بسمعهم في كلام كتير بينطقوه غلط. Especially when you add ed to the verb in the past. Sometime you ask one of the students, okay, and he talks about his job. So you say, last year and they say, I worked, okay, of course, if you say I worked, this is not correct. You cannot say I worked, okay? You cannot say that. You add ed, right? You write it ed, correct. But how to pronounce it, how to say it. Okay, look at this word. Pronounce. Pronounce يعني يلفظ. Okay. Pronounce يعني يلفظ الكلمة. How to pronounce it. How to say it. You cannot say worked. Okay. Or I talked or stopped. You cannot say that. Okay. If you add ed to the verb, how to say the ed, how to say it, how to pronounce it. Okay, look at this table. I know it's not easy, but it needs the training, it needs the practice. Okay, try to focus, try to concentrate, and try to minimize your mistake. Okay, when you say the language. How to say ed in the past. If you add ed to the verb, how to say it? If the verb ends in T or D, if the verb ends in a T or D, like want or end, and you add ed, so you say it wanted, ended. كأن الاي دي كأنها مكتوبة اي دي، كأن الاي دي مكتوبة ايه؟ اي دي، فتقولها ايه؟ wanted، ended، اللي هو الاي فاول، اي sound. Decide, for example, if you say, if we write decide, if I put it in the past, I'll say decided. Okay. مشكلتنا ايه؟ مشكلتنا ان معظم الكلمات اللي بنلفظها في in the past بنحط فيها الاي اللي هي الكسره دي، زي ما بنقول worked، وده غلط. احنا نعمل الاي دي اللي هي الكسره دي مع حرفين بس. Only with two sounds, with T and D, only. Like we say want, wanted, end, ended, only. If the verb ends in P or F or X or S or SH or CH or K, Look at these letters. If the verb ends in P, like stop. If it ends in F, like stuff. If it ends in S, like pass. Okay? Like pass. Or X, like fax or relax. Or SH, like wash. Or CH, like watch. Or K, like a work. ED, how to say the ED? Look at this. Can you see this? How to say the ED? You say the ED T. تلفظ ال ED تلفظها T. Hope, if I put it in the past, I'll say hoped. Stop. If I put it in the past, I say stopped. Look at pass. If you put pass in the past, you add ED. But how to say it? Passed. Wash. If you put ED, you say it washed. Look at work. Work. If you put ED to work, it will be worked. You say, last year I worked in a company. Okay? Also, when you say talk, if you say this sentence, how to say it? You say, I talked. talked. ED كأنها مكتوبة T. I talked to him. مو talked ولا talked. Okay? If you say walk, if you want to put ED, how to say it?
Walked.
We say walked. After K, ED, you say it T. So you say walked. Look at this verb, link. 99% من الطلبة ما يحط link in the past يقول لي linked.
Linked.
You should say linked. كأنها مكتوبة كده. Linked. Okay, I told you this is very important because when you talk to people who understand English and you say worked, linked, they will say this one, this is primitive English. تكلم إنجليزي بدائي. So take care of this. Take care of this. If the verb ends in P or F or SS or SH or CH or K, the ED, you say T. Stopped, stuffed, faxed, washed, watched, liked, or liked, ولا liked, worked. Okay?
Late.
all the other sounds كل اللي باقي بقى B okay D G H L M N O الفاولز خلاص A E I O U Y W all the other sounds ED تلفظها D تلفظها A D like play you say played مو played played allow allowed مو allowed allowed big begged. Okay, so this is very important because it makes your English sounds good. Okay, when people hear you, they will hear your language in a refined and a very nice way. Okay, so again, if the verb ends in T or D, اللي انا عايزك تخليك فاكره ان الاي دي اللي هي الكسره اللي بتعملها دي بس مع حرفين، لان احنا بنعملها مع معظم الكلمات بس مع صوتين، تي ودي فقط. اوكي، now tell me, we have 12 verbs here. Tell me how to say the ed in the 12 verbs. Will the ed, you have three choices. You have three choices. The choices are here. Okay, which one